Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the 2021-2022 Distinguished Faculty Reception. It's wonderful to see everyone gathered here tonight, one of the best events of the year. It's a chance to take a break from grading assignments and writing exams and to spend some time with friends and celebrate the accomplishments of our colleagues. Later this evening, we will recognize those colleagues for a number of different awards. But let me begin by making some introductions. And first, I would like to recognize the First Lady of Francis Marion University, Mrs. Folly Carter. With me here out the front are President Fred Carter, Dr. Mark Blackwell, Professor Glenn Gawley, Chair of the Faculty, and Dr. Scott Kaufman, the distinguished faculty from last year. And they're here to help announce and present the awards tonight. Now I call upon Professor Gawley to come forward to recognize several distinguished members in attendance here this evening. Professor Gawley.
At this time, we would like to recognize previous recipients of the Distinguished Professor Award who are here. I would like for each of you to stand and to remain standing when your name is called, and I ask that you hold your applause until all have been announced. Distinguished Professor from 1985-86, Dr. Julia E. Krebs. 1987-88, Dr. E. Lorraine de Motlazon. 1992-93, Dr. Ben L. Kyer. 1998-99, Dr. George E. Harding III. 1999-2000, Dr. R. Sethfield Smith. 2004-2005, Dr. James T. Ramey, Jr. 2005-2006, Dr. Benjamin Woods. 2006-2007, Dr. Pamela A. Rooks. 2010-2011, Dr. Derek W. Yokish. 2011-2012, Dr. Christopher D. Johnson. 2012-2013, Dr. K. Larimore Berlinger. 2013-2014, Dr. John W. Tuttle. 2014-2015, Mr. Travis W. Knowles. 2015-2016, Dr. Jeanette M. Myers. 2016-2017, Professor David Keith Best. 2018-2019, Dr. Rebecca H. Flanagan. 2019-2020, Dr. Larry P. Englehart. And 2020-2021, Dr. Scott Kaufman. At this time, we would like to recognize the retiring professors emeriti. We would ask that you come forward and receive your citation from the president. Dr. Ronald T. Murphy. Dr. David P. Frank. Dr. Fred R. David.
And now, Dr. Mark Blackwell, AAUP Francis Marion Chapter President, to present the Charlene Wages Shared Governance Award for 2021-2022. Dr. Blackwell.
Thank you, Mr. Provost. The Charlene Wages AAUP Shared Governance Award was established in 2000. It is named after Dr. Charlene Wages, who served as the faculty chair in 2001 while leading her colleagues to reestablish and ratify the Constitution of the faculty and bylaws of the Faculty Senate, and to create the Francis Marion University Handbook, which continues to this day as our standard for shared governance and academic freedom. These actions received the overwhelming support of our new administration and led to Francis Marion University's removal from the AAUP National Sanction List with restoration to good standing. Dr. Wages now serves as the Vice President for Human Resources. The award is given annually by the FMU chapter to a faculty member in recognition of outstanding career contributions to shared governance. This year's awardee continues with their numerous contributions to Francis Marion University and its community after having been recognized for 3 decades of service. They have taught, advised, and led students, faculty, staff, and administrators while serving on university, College of Liberal Arts, departmental, and scholarship committees, as well as national, state, and community conferences. They are described by colleagues as wise, patient, steady, an exceptional leader and motivator, and a colleague who always works well with others toward accomplishing the best result for all involved. Quiet and unassuming, the awardee's shared governance participation is diverse and includes serving on the Honor Council, Conduct Review Board, a departmental handbook review committee, the nominating committee, faculty grievance, faculty life, and the faculty senate. This faculty member also participates in the AAUP FM Faculty Introduction Seminar by speaking for the African American Faculty Staff Coalition and was recently elected to an at-large seat on the AAUP FM Executive Committee. On behalf of the FMU chapter, it is an honor to present the 2022 Charlene Wages Shared Governance Award to the Head of Access Service and Associate Professor of the Library, Mr. Stephen Sims.
Congratulations, Mr. Sims. And thank you, Dr. Blackwell. And now I will ask President Carter and Professor Gawley to present the Teaching, Research, and Professional Service Awards.
This year's recipient of the Excellence in Teaching Award is an assistant professor who has been a member of the Academy since the fall of 2005. During this individual's time at the university, he or she has continually developed curricular and extracurricular strategies to engage students in the most up-to-date technologies and engineering and teamwork principles to make them competitive and prepared candidates as evidenced by statements from students and colleagues. A former student made these statements. My time at Francis Marion University will be years that I will always credit with giving me the life that I dreamt of. This professor not only taught curriculum in a way that made sense, preparing students for the real world, but also always looking for constant improvement to said curriculum and ways for students to get their feet into doors. I'm not sure I've seen anyone work quite as hard. Even years after my graduation, this professor still checks in to see how things are going. This individual's colleagues had this to say: her dedication to teaching exemplifies Frances Marion's institutional mission. She is committed to preparing students with the high-level, relevant skills that are needed in today's workforce. In her 17 years, she has positively impacted hundreds of students in the PD area, and she will continue to do so into the future. Just a few final comments from students. I am so grateful for the foundation you gave me during my time at FMU. I am so thankful for your guidance. Holding a BS from the University of Maryland, College Park, and an MS from the Stevens Institution of Technology, this year's recipient of the Excellence in Teaching Award is Assistant Professor Padmaja Rao. The recipient of this year's Frances Marion University Award for Excellence in Research is an associate professor and has been a member of the Academy since the fall of August 2015. The colleagues of this year's recipient had the following to say about her or his research. Since 2019, this person has included 13 undergraduate students in their research, giving them the opportunity to gain valuable hands-on laboratory experience. He or she is well aware of the time commitments of taking on student research assistants, but has continued to mentor numerous students in addition to their regular teaching responsibilities, illustrating their commitment to the intellectual advancement of our students. This individual has established a very active and productive research program, has been very successful in acquiring funds to support his or her research projects. His or her research is respected in their discipline as evidenced by collaborations with other universities and as a reviewer of manuscripts. He is invested in the success of his colleagues and often collaborates within the department. His vita includes, but is not limited to, 11 publications, 17 presentations, 3 peer-reviewed manuscripts, all of which had Frances Marion University students joining as co-authors, and mentored 13 undergraduate research students. This semester, spring of 22 alone, he has been invited to give talks at a symposium for state organizations, the College of Charleston, Jacksonville University, and a regional association in their field. This year's recipient holds a BS from Kent State University and a PhD from the University of Georgia. Describing himself as a plant biologist, evolutionary ecologist, and a natural historian, the recipient of this year's Excellence in Research Award is Dr. Jeremy Wrench. The recipient of this year's Frances Marion University Award for Excellence in Professional Service is an associate professor and has been a member of the Academy since the fall of August 2019. During this individual's time at the university, their service began within their department and has now spread to the point of not only having an impact at the university, but has now reached beyond the local level, contributing to and impacting organizations and foundations throughout the region and beyond. Their service to their area of study and profession has included not only membership and participation, but it has also included contributions to advancing their field of study. He or she has served as an editor for published works with authors' comments such as, "The editorial guidance I received improved my writing immensely, strengthened my argument, and helped me translate my research for a public audience. Colleagues from campus have made these comments. I was immediately impressed with her leadership of the group, her vision for it, and the grace and humor with which she leavened her leadership. This individual has accrued an impressive record of service to the profession, Francis Marion University, and the broader PD community. This individual's service includes, but is not limited to, nearly a dozen book reviews, external reviewer, the Carolinas Regional Director for Phi Alpha Theta, Eastern Carolina Community Foundation Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, African American Faculty and Staff Coalition, Faculty Senate, and particularly noted by those commenting is her work with universities studying slavery. Holding a BA from the University of Central Oklahoma, an MA from the University of Texas at Arlington, and a PhD from Florida State University, the recipient of this year's Excellence in Service Award is Dr. Erica Johnson Edwards.
What a night. And now to present the Distinguished Professor Award, I call on Dr. Scott Kaufman, Distinguished Professor for 2020 and 2021. Scott?
The Distinguished Professor Award for 2021 to 2022 is presented to a faculty member in recognition of his or her excellence in teaching, scholarship, and service. This year's recipient has made many contributions to Francis Marion University in and out of the classroom. The recipient has been actively involved in the university community and a previous recipient of the Faculty Award for Excellence in Service in 2002 and for Excellence in Scholarship in 2007. This year's recipient is an excellent classroom teacher and has developed and taught many courses since arriving at Francis Marion in 1990. Helping students develop their talents has been central to many of his activities on and off campus. This year's recipient, amongst other activities, has served as the faculty advisor for the ODK Leadership Honor Society since 2012, a board member of the Florence Boys and Girls Club, a PTA president, and a youth basketball coach. This year's distinguished professor has received over $900,000 of funding from external agencies such as the National Science Foundation, Merck, SC EPSCAR, and SC Commission on Higher Education. He has over 20 published articles in peer-reviewed chemistry journals and has been an active presenter at regional and national academic conferences for over 30 years. He was named an FMU Trustee Research Scholar in 2011. Mentoring students has been a continuing theme of his career. He has encouraged his students to be part of his professional research, and many have been co-presenters on presentations at regional meetings. This year's recipient is the immediate past chair of the chemistry department. He earned a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and Mathematics in 1984 from Francis Marion College and a PhD in Physical Inorganic Chemistry in 1990 from the University of South Carolina. Therefore, in recognition of his excellence in teaching, his scholarly and professional achievements, and his dedicated service to Francis Marion University, the Distinguished Professor Award for 2021 to 2022 is presented to Dr. Leroy Pete Peterson.
Thank you all very much. President Carter, Provost King, faculty and staff, if you allow me a minute to say a few words. I really do appreciate this honor. This is a milestone in my career, and it is a manifestation of your belief in me I could not have done this without the help and the service of you all, and I appreciate that. But I do want to, and my wife, the love of my life, Regina, and my kids. I wanted to say one thing about the award. Many of you know that I was born and raised mostly in the Mars Bluff community, Francis Marion community. And my grandparents who lived in Mars Bluff and my great aunts and uncles, they taught me biblical values. And even though they were not, had an opportunity to further their career the way I had done, but they planted that seed in me that undergirded my thrust for knowledge and to move further. But they did that through the village, the family values, and so forth. So even though they did not have that opportunity to advance their education, that planted the seed in me through biblical values. And I do appreciate that. And most of them are they're not with us now, but I think about that almost every night. So thank you very much. And I appreciate you all, the chemistry department, for your support, and everyone else. Thank you. And Boys and Girls Club, it was in my heart. I grew up at the Boys and Girls Club, and I will continue to support them steadfastly. Thank you very much.
That concludes the evening. Thank you all for coming. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight. Please stay around and talk for as long as you'd like to this evening. And just before you leave, if the award winners could come down to the front, I think there's a photographer here who wants to just take a couple of photos. But thank you all for coming. Good night.